Yo, what's poppin' Pokepals? Rare Boy here, and I'm back with another impossible Pokemon challenge. Today we're gonna find out if it's possible to beat Pokemon Ruby using only a Venustoise. For anyone who didn't grow up in the 90s like I did and has no idea what a Venustoise is, perhaps this clip will help.
Evolved forms, Venusaur and Blastoise. And just for fun, I'll combine them into one super Pokemon to make Venustoise.
Ever since I saw this episode at a young age, I've been obsessed with Pokemon fusions and Venustoise in general. So today, with the help of Deviant art user Ultra Kirby Fan 100, I am finally living a childhood dream of mine and playing a Pokemon game with Venustoise. Now, starting things off with the Venustoise would be a little overkill, so I opted to do something I haven't done on this channel until today. I'm going to be evolving our contender Pokemon. That's right. We're going to begin this challenge with the Bulbasaur and Squirtle fusion and evolve it up into a Venustoise. If the first and second stages of this Pokemon look weird, it's because I made them as opposed to an actual artist, so criticize my work all you'd like. Now that our contender Abomination is in our game, I need to code in its internal data. Starting things off, we have Venustoise's type. It's a grass and water type for obvious reasons, and I gave him the immunity ability so he retains Venusaur's poison type passive ability of not being able to get poisoned. Which is ironic since he's now weak to poison type moves, but I digress. As for his stats, I just took both Pokemon stats and gave Venustoise whoever has the better stat. For example, Blastoise has 105 in special defense, whereas Venusaur only has 100, so Venustoise gets 105 in special defense. This way, he isn't completely overpowered, but at the same time, he gives a good representation of their combined powers. His moveset is literally a combination of the two starters' moves from Generation 3, as well as his TM and HM compatibility, so we have a wide array of learnable moves. Now that Venustoise is in our game, let's review the rules of the run. The first rule is that I'm only allowed to use Venustoise and its pre-evolutions in battle. We are allowed to capture other Pokemon for HM usage, but they cannot assist Venustoise by any other means. The second rule is that I'm not allowed to use items in battle. Held items such as leftovers are okay, but X items and Hyper Potions are banned until the battle has ended. And finally, no glitches or exploits will be used to complete this game. It's just a normal playthrough of Pokemon Ruby but with the Venustoise. With the rules explained in our Venustoise in game, let's jump into some gameplay. The first thing that I do is pick up Squirtsaur from Professor Birch's bag. For this run, I replace Trico so our rival takes Torchic to complete the Grass, Water, Fire trifecta. After we murder a wild dog in cold blood, we head back to the Professor's lab where I nickname our fused fighter Illusion, which is all Venustoise turned out to be in the episode. I take a look at its stats and he has a naive nature, so more speed but less special defense, which is an okay nature. With Illusion on the team, it's time to conquer the Hoenn region. Our first rival fight against May was a piece of cake thanks to Squirtsaur learning Bubble at such an early level. Nothing to see here folks, let's keep it moving. While battling some random NPCs for EXP, we reached level 16 and evolved into an amazing looking Ivy Turtle. I think this is a good time to take on the first gym with such a solid moveset. Roxanne's fight, as you could imagine, was the easiest fight possible, just based on our typing alone. I just found it a little infuriating that I missed 3 poison powders in a row on Nosepass. It would have made this fight go a little quicker, especially since my laptop battery was running low at the moment. Brawly's match wasn't difficult, it was just annoying because of Makuhita's sand attacks. Luckily, we were able to set up our Leech Seed and Poison Powder combo to help take him out without the use of our attacks. Poison and Leech Seed is one of my favorite tactics, and the main reason why I always choose Bulbasaur as my starter in regular Kanto playthroughs. Our next May fight wasn't bad, but as you can see from this match, we don't have much in terms of coverage for fellow grass types. Eventually, I'll replace my beloved Poison Leech Seed combo for better coverage. Unfortunately for us, we aren't strong enough to OHKO Watson's first Magnemite, which means right away we get paralyzed. From there, it's a steady decline to defeat. I'll have to come back when I can OHKO Magnemite. Not even at level 35 can we OHKO Magnemite, which once again leads to our demise. We will be evolving into our mighty Venustoise in just one level, so I'll come back once we evolve. After taking out a couple of wild Pokemon in the area, we reach level 36 and we finally have our mighty Venustoise. Hopefully now with our better stats we'll be able to OHKO Watson's Magnemite. Even with our newly evolved Venustoise, our water gun was still a range KO, so after a couple of tries, we finally were able to OHKO Magnemite, and once he was down, the rest of his team crumbled. God, I detest this gym. Maxie's fight wasn't bad. I actually debated on whether or not I wanted to teach Venustoise Rain Dance or not, but I opted to keep my moveset, as we'll be learning Surf soon enough. Flannery's fight was a breeze. Torkoal managed to survive our water gun, but while Flannery healed, I used Growth to ensure the KO next turn, as we obtain our 4th gym badge. For Norman's fight, I set up a Leech Seed on his first Slacking, and then set up a couple of Growths, but as soon as Slacking used Yawn, that's when I had to finish him off quick. We fell asleep as Vigoroth came out, and he went to town on us with Slash, but our rock-hard shell kept us healthy, as we OHKO Vigoroth upon waking up. Norman's second Slacking survived our Razor Leaf, so as he healed, I used Growth one more time to ensure the KO next turn. With this badge, we gain access to the HM Surf, our strongest and most accurate stab move. Now that we have Surf, May stood no chance against us, even with her grass types resisting our attacks. Winona's match went from interesting to scary as I attempted to set up on Pelipper thinking he couldn't do much to us, as he confuses us and we stay confused for a hot minute and hit ourselves several times. I eventually managed to set up a couple of Growths and take him out, but then when Altaria came out, it managed to set up a few Dragon Dances, and it could have gotten ugly, but Winona got greedy and we took her out with the help of Leech Seed. Tate and Liza's match surprised me. Even after a light screen from Lunatone, we almost OHKO'd both opponent Pokemon, so I think in my next attempt, I'm just gonna spam Surf and see how that goes. On my very next attempt, I led the fight off with Surf that almost OHKO'd both of them as Tate and Liza heal up their Pokemon and I boosted my special attack with Growth, which was enough to take both of them out with one hit, which to my recollection is a first on this channel. Maxie's final fight was a close one, as I set up a Growth to ensure an OHKO on his Crobat as Mightyena swaggered us, and we continued to hit ourselves in confusion. Crobat landed a few super effective moves on us, and we took him out and Camerupt out as well with just 11 HP remaining. That got too close for comfort. After that close call victory, the mighty Groudon awakens, who didn't get the memo that it's fall now, so we have to put him back to sleep in order to end this horrible summer weather. Wallace's fight was an easy one, as I was able to set up several Growths against Celio. From there, I annihilate his team and obtain our final gym badge. At the end of Victory Road is one final Wally fight, but thanks to teaching Illusion Ice Beam, this match was even easier than it normally is. Here are our stats right outside the Elite Four at level 54, and these are solid. I also fixed up my moveset a bit, and you may be questioning why I replaced Growth with Sunny Day, and I felt like it would be less entertaining for me to say, yeah, I just boosted with Growth and swept, so with this moveset, this will not only make the matches more difficult, but also more entertaining for you guys. So with this new moveset, let's finally conquer the Hoenn region. First up in the Elite Four is Sydney, and there isn't much to say about this match. Venustoise completely mopped the floor with his team. I heal her up after the fight, and we proceed to the next one. Phoebe's match took a few attempts on account of Dusclops starting the match off with Curse, but once we got a match where she led with Confuse Ray and we didn't consistently hit ourselves, she wasn't difficult at all. Glacia's match was problematic because we had a weather war on the battlefield, constantly changing the weather between hail and sun, and we couldn't OHKO her Glalie, so they were able to keep changing the weather. Other than that though, this match was also easy. Drake was the easiest fight yet, as I just used Ice Beam 5 times for a victory. I changed my moveset to make this more difficult, but I think Venustoise is just too good. Steven's match was very anticlimactic, as we completely swept his team aside from Cradillia and Metagross, who each got a lick in on us, but it wasn't enough to take down our mighty Tree Tortoise, as we defeated Steven and got inducted into the Hall of Fame. This was by far one of my easiest challenges, but it felt so satisfying, finally being able to use a Pokemon I fantasized about being in Pokemon since I was a child. For my next impossible challenge, we're heading back to Kanto to find out if it's possible to win using only a Sandygast, so if you don't want to miss that run, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned. Also, be sure to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and in the comment section I want to know what your favorite part of today's run was. This has been your boy Rare Boy, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace!
Red, white, and blue, yeah, I love this place.
Excuse me, did you just watch this video? You must have if you made it this far into the video. And yet you haven't liked, commented, shared, or subscribed. The Rare Boy working very hard on these videos. Please do the man a favor.